Okay, so what we need to do is we need to see that both the events, the death of grandfather and the marriage event, they at the progress position of the planets, we are in a position to pass these two events. Now, if I take the case of marriage, calculate, and then the progressed cuspal chart. Okay, is the chart visible now?
Yes, sir.
Progress cuspal chart is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now look here. For the event of marriage, now what is important? That the co-rulers of moon and the co-rulers of sun. The very first point is co-rulers of moon and co-rulers of sun. Right from sign lord up to prana lord. They should be posited or should be the co-rulers or should be placed in 5th or 7th or 11th. And if they are present so, then we say that the event of marriage, that is okay. Now if I take the case, the first one, if I select the first planet of the ascendant, because what is important? All the co-rulers of ascendant and all the co-rulers of moon along with the dasha period lords should allow the event to pass. What do I mean by saying that? That they should give me either 5 or 7 or 11. Now I take the first case, the first planet, that is moon. Moon is the sign lord of ascendant. Moon is the Sukshma lord of moon planet. Now moon, it is in star of sun, sub of Mercury and sub of Ketu. If you look at sun is nowhere present in 7, sun is nowhere present in 5, but anyhow sun is present in 11. 11 sub lord.
Yes, sir.
And 11 Sukshma lord. Then moon is present in the sub of Mercury. Mercury.
Sir, multi-cursor, sir, coming.
Multi-cursors, ये problem na. In fact, the problem is that if I use the screen, then the multi-cursors, they don't appear, but I cannot move the screen. I cannot, keep on changing over here on this screen.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Because वो fixed screen आती है. It is not possible that way. I have tried many times. I don't know why it is not possible.
Okay, sir. You proceed.
No problem. Still there are multiple cursors?
Yes, sir.
Sir. Okay, sir. No problem, sir. You proceed, sir.
Okay. So, I was talking here about moon. Moon is present in the sub of Mercury. Mercury is present in 5th. And then Ketu. Ketu represents Mars and Venus. So, Ketu is present in 5. Ketu is not present in 7. Not present in 11. Ketu is Mars and Venus. Mars is present in 5. Venus is present in 5. Neither Mars nor Venus nor Mercury nor Ketu nor Sun, that is present in 7, the primary house for the marriage. So then, what we need to do is, it means that the time period which we have recorded over here, we are only having 5 and 11. We are nowhere getting the co-rulers for the 7th cusp. And as such, what does it mean? That the very first planet, which is moon, which is in star of sun and sub of Mercury and sub of Ketu, does not give me the event of marriage. Now for the event of marriage to happen, the presence of either of these three planets has to be in the seventh cusp. They have to be co-rulers of the seventh cusp, which they are not, which means that this time period that I have so calculated, it is not correct. Thereby, now, in order to have either of these, Sun or Mercury, in the seventh cusp, now what I need to do is, it is Sukshma and Prana Lord, which I change for a few seconds. They can be changed. But if I look at Sub Lord, it cannot be changed because it will require around say 3 to 4 minutes or maybe more than that. So again I have to close this window, return back to the natal chart. In the natal chart, I have to make small adjustments. Up here in seventh cusp, I have got Rahu. I need to change it from Rahu to Jupiter to Saturn, then finally to Mercury. And if I do it, then I shall get Mercury over here, which means that I am getting seventh cusp co-ruler through Mercury. Thereby the event of marriage is okay and it passes. So to get it, again what I do is, now I change this time period, and if I put the exact time period that I have calculated by doing so, it was 16/6/49. If I update this chart, save this chart, and then again now is the progress chart, has the Vimshotri Dasa progress chart appeared on your screen or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it there?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Okay. Now again I proceed on to the event of marriage. And you look at the event of marriage, I calculated progressed cuspal chart. Okay. And now, if you look at the progressed cuspal chart, again, I take the planet Moon. Moon is in Sun, Mercury, Ketu. Now, if you look here, Mercury is here. In the seventh cusp, it has appeared. Sun is there in the 11th cusp. So 7 and 11 are there. Ketu through Mars and Venus, both are present in the fifth cusp. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So the planet Moon explains the event of marriage. Now I take the next one, Mercury. Mercury, अब यहाँ पे मून जो है इसको PS भी है. Moon has got PS also. I could have omitted sun because Moon is in the star of Moon, and Moon here is present in the seventh cusp.
So is your cursor moving, sir?
Yes. Now, is it moving?
No, sir.
No?
No.
Can't you see my cursor moving?
No.
Yes, sir. Seeing, sir.
Screen
No
visible
problem,
है
sir.
ना?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Multiple cursors are there, sir. That's
Multiple cursors का मैम कोई solution I had inquired about it from so many people. No one could get the exact reason why so many cursors are appearing. I don't know. They say it is something wrong with the Google Meet. I again downloaded the Google Meet app, carried on, and I got the same problem. You are saying it is the same problem.
So
Now,
actually, multiple cursors are not visible. Your cursor is not moving. It is stuck on top of the progressed position chart.
Okay. That is the problem.
Sir, can you just switch off your mouse and then start it again?
Okay, okay. I can do it again.
Switch off the mouse only, sir.
Okay. पर इसमें तो लैपटॉप में हाउ टू स्विच ऑफ द माउस?
अच्छा, okay, you're not using a cordless. Okay.
No, 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 no. It's on the laptop, you know.
अच्छा, लैपटॉप वाला ठीक है सर.
हाँ हाँ ठीक है. Now,
Yes.
okay, I have to
किस चीज का बता रहे हो वो बता दो सर, so that we can refer it.
okay, 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 okay. You are presenting to everyone. Click here to return to video call. Now is the screen okay? Is the screen visible?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so we were talking here about the progression chart. Is the progression chart visible?
Yes.
So we were talking about the marriage. Now we had discussed about moon. The next planet is Mercury. Mercury, you know, is again in the star of Sun, sub of Venus, and sub of Jupiter. These two Venus I bunched together. Is my cursor visible now?
Yes, sir.
Right. So then, now if you look at Sun we have already discussed is in the 11th cusp. If we talk about Mercury is already there in the 5th cusp, right? Sun and then Venus is there in the 5th cusp. And if I take Jupiter is there in the 7th cusp, right?
Yes, sir.
So
you're seeing
Mercury
this in which chart, sir? Progression chart?
Progression chart.
Okay, sir.
If you just look at the ascendant cusp co-rulers, they are Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Venus and Jupiter. Now, what is important in a progression chart is to see that if any event passes or not, if the event is possible or not, that is only possible if through the progression chart at the progressed position of the planets, we are in a position to account for the event of marriage. What do I mean by saying that? That is, at the progressed position of planets, whatever planets I am getting for the ascendant, the co-rulers of the ascendant, and particularly for the co-rulers of the moon, these planets should be present in a star, in a sub or in a sub-sub that gives me 5 or 7 or 11, or it can be 5 7, 7 5, 5 11, 7 11, and so on and so forth. And if I am getting all the three, the primary cusp as well as the supporting cusp, then the event of marriage, you know, it means that the given planet at the progressed position that clearly shows the event of marriage to happen, and that is why the event has happened. Right? Is this point clear? मतलब ये है कि जब हम कोई भी प्रोग्रेशन चार्ट देखेंगे तो प्रोग्रेशन चार्ट में हम असेंडेंट के कोरूलर्स और मून के कोरूलर्स पे पहले फोकस करेंगे. कोरूलर्स कितने लेंगे हम? राइट अप टू प्राणा लेवल. We will take sign lord, star lord, sub lord, sub lord, Sukshma lord, Prana lord, right up to Prana level. अब सबसे पहले क्या देखेंगे कि ये प्लैनेट्स जो हम ले रहे हैं, ये प्लैनेट किसी ना किसी के स्टार में होंगे, किसी सब में होंगे, किसी सब में होंगे। तो ये प्लैनेट जिसके भी स्टार में, सब में या सब में होंगे, वो तीनों के तीनों प्लैनेट जो हैं, या हमें 5 दें, या हमें 7 दें, या हमें 11 दें कस्प। यदि ऐसा है तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि जो प्रोग्रेस्ड प्लैनेट जो है प्रोग्रेस्ड पोजीशन पे है, दैट क्लियर्स, दैट एक्सप्लेन्स और दैट अलाउज द इवेंट ऑफ मैरिज टू हैपन, राइट। तो हमने पहले मून देखा। मून में हमने क्या देखा कि मून को पीएस है, मून सन के स्टार में है, और यू कैन से मून इज इन मून स्टार। मरकरी के सब में है और केतु के सब में है। तो हमने क्या देखा कि मून जो है 7th कस्प में है, मरकरी भी 7th कस्प में है, और केतु वीनस और मार्स के थ्रू 5th कस्प में है। 5 7 हमें मिल गए। इसका मतलब है कि जो मून के जो असेंडेंट का हमारे पास कोरूलर मून जो प्रोग्रेस्ड पोजीशन पे है, वो मैरिज के इवेंट को एक्सप्लेन करता है। यानी कि इस पीरियड में, इस पर्टिकुलर टाइम पीरियड पे मैरिज जो है होनी चाहिए। दैट इज द मेन प्रॉब्लम। देन आई टेक द केस ऑफ मरकरी। इफ यू टेक द केस ऑफ मरकरी, मरकरी हियर इज इन सन स्टार, वीनस सब एंड जुपिटर सब। सन हमारे पास 11 में है, सन 11 में है, ओके। और उसके बाद अगर हम देखें वीनस, तो वीनस 5 में है। जुपिटर देखो तो जुपिटर 7 में है, राइट। तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि जो मरकरी जो असेंडेंट का स्टार लॉर्ड है, ये भी मैरिज का इवेंट जो है इस पर्टिकुलर टाइम पीरियड पे एक्सप्लेन करता है। यानी क्या मतलब हुआ कि इस पर्टिकुलर टाइम पीरियड पे मैरिज के इवेंट को सपोर्ट करता है कि होना चाहिए। नेक्स्ट प्लैनेट इज वीनस। वीनस इज सब लॉर्ड, वीनस इज सूक्ष्मा लॉर्ड, राइट। वीनस इज साइन लॉर्ड ऑफ मून। इफ आई टेक द केस ऑफ वीनस, Venus here has no PS. Venus is in Jupiter star, Venus sub and Saturn sub. Jupiter हम देख चुके हैं, Jupiter is in 7. Venus is in 5th, right? And now we only need to see is Saturn.
Yes sir, 11th.
Saturn को देखो अगर आप तो 11th में है,
Yes sir.
right? सैटर्न को देखो 5 में भी है, सैटर्न को देखो 7 में भी है। तो ये स्ट्रांगली मैरिज के इवेंट को फेवर कर रहा है। तो वीनस इज ओके। नेक्स्ट प्लैनेट इज मार्स। मार्स देखो अगर, तो मार्स को पीएस नहीं है, ये मरकरी मून केतु में है। मरकरी 7 में है, मून भी 7 में है, केतु मार्स और वीनस है। तो मार्स और वीनस जो है दोनों ही 5th में है। ये भी मैरिज का इवेंट एक्सप्लेन करता है। वीनस हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं। नेक्स्ट वन इज जुपिटर। जुपिटर को देखो तो जुपिटर को पीएस है और जुपिटर 7 में प्रेजेंट है, ओके। सो जुपिटर इज इन जुपिटर सब, ओके, इट इज इन जुपिटर सब। तो हम एक ही बारी यहां पे क्लब करेंगे, जुपिटर इन जुपिटर स्टार एंड देन इट जुपिटर सब। ना भी करें तो हम इसको आगे भी ले जा सकते हैं। वीनस इज इन 5, जुपिटर इज इन 7, ओके। तो ये भी राहु देख लो अगर आप, तो राहु इज इन 7। तो आप कोई भी प्लैनेट ले लो, वॉट एवर प्लैनेट यू टेक, इन द केस ऑफ जुपिटर, जुपिटर इन जुपिटर स्टार, इट इज इन वीनस सब एंड इट इज इन जुपिटर सब, राइट। ऑल दीज प्लैनेट्स, Venus, Jupiter, Rahu, they are linked to 5, 7 and 11, means support the event of marriage. Is it clear, please?
Yes sir.
किसी को कोई डाउट है?
Sir, you are verifying the all planets are only.
Yes. All planets. आप देखोगे तो ये जितने भी planets हैं ये सारे ऑटोमेटिकली सब आ जाएंगे। ये जितने भी प्लैनेट सन, मून, मार्स, मरकरी, जुपिटर, वीनस, सैटर्न, राहु, केतु में सारे एक्सप्लेन हो जाएंगे।
All 9 planets you have to check.
All the 9 planets.
All planets verified by only
All,
progressive chart.
yes, yes.
We did not go for this one, what we call
Matter.
natal chart.
नहीं,
We did
नेटल
not
में
go
तो
for
हम
natal
ऑलरेडी
chart.
लुक हियर देखो, डोंट कंफ्यूज द टू थिंग्स. नेटल में ऑल दशा भुक्ति अंतरा सूक्ष्म प्राणा वी हैव एक्सप्लेन्ड इन द नेटल चार्ट.
Yes, sir.
Right? Now, if you look at sun is in Venus star, Rahu and Mars sub. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Rahu is Mars and Mercury. यहाँ देखो, मार्स भी आ गया, मरकरी भी आ गया, वीनस भी आ गया. Is it okay or not?
Yes, sir.
What you will find is all these planets, all these dasha period lords, they are linked to 3 planets each. One is Sun, other is Mercury, third is Ketu, then Mars, then one of the prana lords, right? So automatically what you will find is that all the planets, almost every planet that will appear here, whatever is appearing over here in the progressed cusp chart, they support the event of marriage.
Sir, you
अभी
have
तो
been
मैंने
checked.
सिर्फ
Sir, you have been checked all planets. Out
हाँ,
of these all planets, those planets should be giving 5, 7, 11.
5, 7, 11, either through star or through sub.
Sir, all these planets again, they may indicate that negative also.
नहीं, we are not concerned about the negative houses.
So not necessary to check the
See,
negative.
नहीं, नेगेटिव हाउस क्यों देखोगे आप? लुक हियर, जब मैरिज होगी तो उसके बाद नेगेटिव देखोगे ना, उसका नेगेशन क्या हो रहा है. बिना मैरिज के नेगेशन कैसे होगा?
Yes, sir.
आर यू गेटिंग दिस पॉइंट?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
out of 9 planets, some planets are giving a 5, 7, 11. What will happen?
Every planet will be giving 5, 7, 11 in the progress chart. It will be somehow linked to directly or indirectly to 5, 7, 11. आप देखो इसको जरा, मैं I'll explain it. Just give me a few minutes. This point will be automatically clear. Cusp 1 co-rulers, they justify the event of marriage.
Yes, sir.
हमने
Yes,
अभी
sir.
डिस्कस किया. Okay.
Yes.
Now let us proceed to moon. Now the transit of moon is very, very important, and the progress position of the planets of moon, that is very, very important. If you look here, moon was in this Aries sign and it has progressed to Taurus. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Moon was in Aries sign on 2/1/1993. Is it
Sir.
okay?
Yes, sir.
And when the event of marriage took place, it has progressed to Taurus. Means it has gone to Venus sign. Similarly, from Ketu it has progressed to Sun. From Moon it has progressed to Mercury. From Rahu it has progressed to Ketu. From Mercury it has progressed to Mars. And from Saturn it has progressed to Rahu. Is it okay? This is progression. The position of the planets has changed. Now let us one by one, see that if all these co-rulers of moon, because the transit of moon is very, very important for any event to happen. Maybe it is childbirth, maybe it is marriage, or maybe it is job, or maybe it is related to death, or maybe it is related to any event. The moon, the planets of moon, they are very, very important, right? And is it clear?
Yes, sir.
अब देखें यहाँ पे, अब Venus we have already discussed. Any question? Moon
No.
is in the sign of Venus, and Venus we have already discussed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It was cusp 1 co-ruler. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next one is Sun. Sun we need to discuss. Now, Sun is in Mars, Rahu, Mercury.
Yes, sir.
Am I right?
Yes, sir.
मार्स देखो अगर आप तो 5 में है. Rahu, if you see at Rahu, it is in 7. And if you look at Mercury, it is also in 7. Rahu is also in 11. Mercury is also in 11. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So the Progression to Sun is okay. Explains the event of marriage.
Yes, sir.
Next is Mercury. We have already discussed Mercury
Yes, sir.
over here,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Then Mars we have already discussed. Now we need to discuss Ketu and Rahu. Look at Ketu. Ketu is Venus, Rahu, Venus. Okay?
Hmm.
Ketu is Venus, Rahu, Ketu. Right?
Yes, already.
Venus
Discuss
in
that.
5, Rahu in 7, and Venus in 5. Okay? Rahu is also in 11.
Hmm.
7, 11. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
The next one is Rahu. Rahu is in Saturn, Mercury, Sun. Saturn is in 5, 7, 11.
Yes, sir.
We have already discussed. Saturn is there in 5.
Hmm.
Saturn is there in 7. Saturn is there in 11. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right? And then Mercury is there in 7. Sun is there in 11.
Yes, sir.
Okay? ये भी हो गया?
Okay, sir.
So
Okay.
all the co-rulers of Moon, that is, since the transit of Moon is very important on the day of marriage, so all the planets that appear as the co-ruler of the Moon, they all support the event of marriage. Okay,
Yes, sir.
right? Now, similarly, what we can do is we can one by one discuss all these Dasha period lords. Sun we have already discussed. This is Sun.
Yes, sir.
Mercury we have already discussed.
Yes, sir.
Ketu we have already discussed.
Yes, sir.
Mars we have already discussed,
Yes, sir.
right? And the marriage date was, it was which date? 20th of November.
Yes, sir.
20th of November, 9:44. 20th of November, 9:44. Rahu. It is Rahu is the prana lord.
Yes, sir.
Am I right?
Yes.
Now Rahu we have already discussed. Rahu is in Saturn, Mercury, Sun we have already discussed. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Now, what additional point that we need to discuss is, now we need to see what is the moon star on the day of marriage. Moon star on the day of marriage.
In the transit chart.
Yeah, in the yes, transit chart. The moon star on the day of marriage, if I am not wrong, I have written, it was moon only. The moon star on the day of marriage was moon only. So moon is Sun, Mercury, Ketu, we have already discussed. Sun is there, Mercury is there, right?
No, sir.
Okay, and Ketu is Mars and Venus. Mars is there in 5th. Okay,
No, sir.
हो गया clear हो गया ये.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Now you can check any of the planets. Look here, Saturn we have discussed. Venus we discussed. We can discuss all these planets one by one. Just a moment, please. Just a moment. Just hold. मूर्ति जी का फोन. हेलो. ओके आप हो. मेरे को पता नहीं सर उसमें चला. मैं अभी कर रहा हूँ. ओके. हाँ जी. इज इट क्लियर?
Okay, sir.
मूर्ति जी को एडमिट नहीं किया हुआ. मूर्ति जी को एडमिट कर लें. हाँ जी. इज इट ओके नाउ?
Okay, sir. Okay.
हाँ. इज इट क्लियर प्लीज? किसी को कोई क्वेश्चन पूछना हो तो पूछो. अब आप देखो कोई भी प्लेनेट ले लो. टेक द केस ऑफ सैटर्न. Saturn is Jupiter, Saturn, Venus. Jupiter is in 7. Saturn is in 5, 7, 11. And Venus is there in 5. Ketu we have discussed. Rahu we have discussed. Saturn we have discussed. Venus we have discussed. Jupiter we have discussed. Mercury we have discussed. Mars we have discussed. Moon we have discussed, sun we have discussed. Now is there any planet left?
No, sir.
सारे के सारे प्लैनेट जो हैं वो 5, 7, 11 के साथ लिंक्ड हैं.
Yes, sir.
किस टाइम पे लिंक्ड है? एट दिस पर्टिकुलर टाइम 18, 29, 16, 649. And since they are strongly linked, that is why the event of marriage has happened. Is it clear, please? किसी को कोई क्वेश्चन पूछना है तो पूछो.
Sir, moon star lot to be checked
हाँ,
on
वो भी
the
चेक
day of
कर.
the on the day of the transit chart.
Yes, transit.
You didn't check, sir, the transit chart only.
कर लिया, मैंने देखा है ना. I have written on my notebook that the moon star in the transit on the day of marriage was moon only. It was moon only. अब suppose करो मैं नहीं भी देखूं. Suppose करो if I do not look at what the moon star was. अब इन्हीं 9 planets में तो एक होगा ना. It will be one among these 9 planets.
Yes, sir.
हमने 9 के 9 ही explain कर दिए. We have left nothing.
Okay, sir.
Where it is?
So
No,
since
sir.
we have
Moon star lot, sun sublot, no need to take this. No need to see the
सन
progress.
भी हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. मून स्टार है और सन सबलॉर्ड इज सैटर्न. Saturn I have discussed just now. It is Jupiter, Saturn, Venus.
Is it a rule or
Huh?
no need to see the
No,
sun sub-
even if you want to see it, you can see it in the progress position of chart. Progress chart में क्या होगा? इस particular moment of time पे, at this particular moment of time, all the 9 planets will be present in a star, in a sub, that will be directly or indirectly linked to 5, 7, and 11.
Okay.
And I've already shown you over here in this chart.
Yeah.
All the planets they are linked. All the planets are linked. अब moon star में ना भी देखूं तो moon star will be either sun or moon or Mars or Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, Rahu and Ketu. Any of these. And all these planets, they in the progressed cuspal positions are present in 5, 7, 11, linked to 5, 7, 11. Therefore, doesn't make any difference whether I look over there or I don't see.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any questions? किसी को कोई क्वेश्चन पूछना है तो पूछो. कोई क्वेश्चन पूछना है? Now, in the similar way, we can explain the event of death in the same manner. In the same manner, we can explain the event of death. Should I discuss it or you can do it?
We'll discuss, sir. You means.
है ना? Same way. Here also I have to take the ascendant co-rulers. I have to take the moon co-rulers, and then I have to see that all these co-rulers, they are linked to the death-giving houses, which is 1, 8, 2, 7 and Badka. Right? 1, 8, 2, 7 and Badka. 1, 7, 2, 8 and Badka. Okay. अब ये ग्रैंडफादर की डेथ है तो दी असेंडेंट इज 5th हाउस, 8th हाउस इज 12th हाउस, 6th हाउस.
Sir, we will rotate, sir. We will rotate.
Right? I can rotate it over here.
Okay, sir.
If I do it, I just rotate it. I rotate it through the 5th because 5th is the ascendant. Now this is the ascendant. So all the cusp co-rulers of the ascendant and moon, they should be linked to 1, 8, 2, 7, and since it is 8th over here, which means 9th house. 9th is Badka.
Okay.
9th is Badka. Now you take the case of Mars. Mars is sign lord of ascendant. It is sub lord of ascendant. Mars is sign lord of moon. It is sub lord of moon. So at 4 positions you have Mars. Now if you look at Mars, Mars has got PS, it is present in 8th, posited in 8th. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Mars is there in ascendant as sub-sublord. It is in 8th, 1 and 8, it is linked to 1 and 8, right?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है कि नहीं? Mars is present as SSL and sign lord of ascendant. So linked to ascendant. Mars is posited in 8th cusp, linked to 8th, 1 and 8 are there. So Mars has got PS. Then I need to check Rahu sub. Rahu is present in ascendant. Okay, satisfies the condition. Rahu is Mars and Saturn. Mars I've already discussed. 1 and 8 is there. If you look at Saturn, Saturn is there in ascendant. Saturn is there in 9th cusp. Saturn is there in 2nd cusp. Rahu is there in 7th cusp. So what you will find is that it is almost they are linked to all the death-giving houses. So is it okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ठीक है. So we were talking about which planet we were talking about? We discussed Mars,
Yes, sir. Saturn.
Mars, Saturn, Rahu and Saturn. Saturn, Rahu and Saturn. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Saturn, Rahu and Saturn. So Saturn, Mars we have already discussed, it has PS 1 and 8. So we were talking about Rahu. Rahu is Mars and Saturn. We have already discussed. Saturn is present in 2. Saturn is present in 2. Saturn is present in 9. 9th cusp. Right?
Yes, sir.
Saturn is present in 12th cusp. Okay? Saturn is present in 1st cusp. Right? 1 is there, 2 is there, and then 7th Saturn is not there, Rahu is there, 8th Saturn is not there, and 12th Saturn is there, 9th Saturn is there. Right? So it is linked to all death-giving houses. And then you have Saturn again. Right? So over here, either you take Rahu as Mars, or you consider Rahu as Rahu. And then if you look at Saturn, we have already discussed, it has to be present in 2, or it has to be present in 8, or present in ascendant, or present in 7, or present in Patha house. So Mars is okay.
Okay, sir.
Mars explains the event of death. Next planet is Saturn. Now Saturn is star lord of ascendant, Saturn is prana lord of ascendant, and then Saturn is nowhere present in moon. So if you look at Saturn, Saturn is Rahu, Sun and Saturn. Rahu, Sun and Saturn. Rahu is Mars,
Yes, sir.
right? Mars is 1 and 8. Rahu is Mars and Mars is 1 and 8. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Next is Sun. So Sun has to be in either of the houses. Either 1 or 2 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 12. So if you look at Sun, Sun is present.
No, sir, it's sensitive there, not.
Oh, Sun is present.
No. No, it doesn't work.
No, Sun is there in 2. Sun को PS है ना?
Yes, sir. Position.
Sun is present in 2. It's okay. It's okay. So Sun is there in 2. Sun has PS. It is present in 2. So it is giving a death-giving house. Marka house is there.
House.
अच्छा.
Okay. Marka में है ना? And then you have Saturn. Saturn we have already explained. Is present in a number of different houses. Right?
Yes, sir.
So next one is Rahu. Rahu को भी PS है. Rahu is in 12th. Marka house. Rahu is present in 7th. Marka house is there.
Okay.
Rahu is present in 9th. Badka is there. So Rahu is present in Marka and Badka. Okay. Rahu is present in Marka and Badka. Now Rahu through Saturn is present in almost all houses. Rahu through Sun is present in 2nd house, and Saturn again is present in all the houses.
Yes, sir.
So either I consider Rahu alone. If I say Rahu alone, Rahu is in ascendant, that is one house. Rahu is in the 2nd house. Rahu is in the 7th house. Rahu is in the 9th house. So Marka, Badka and ascendant. Right? Sun is present in Marka. And then Saturn is present in 2. Saturn is present in Badka house. Saturn is present in 8. No, Saturn is not present in 8. Saturn is present in 9. And Saturn is present in 12. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Rahu is also present in 12. Rahu is present in ascendant. Rahu is present in 12, which is again a Marka house. Okay. राहु ओके हो गया. मार्स हमने डिस्कस कर लिया है. देन नेक्स्ट वन इज वीनस. वीनस इज सूक्ष्म लॉर्ड. मून में वीनस इज स्टार लॉर्ड एंड वीनस इज सूक्ष्म लॉर्ड. सो इफ यू लुक एट वीनस, वीनस इज जुपिटर, सैटर्न, वीनस. Jupiter, Saturn, Venus. Saturn we have already discussed. Now let me see.
Jupiter in 2.
Jupiter in 2. Okay. And Jupiter in 8. Jupiter in 9.
Yes, sir.
Right. Then the next one is
Jupiter, Saturn, Venus, sir.
Saturn, Venus. Saturn we have already discussed.
Yes, sir. Venus.
Venus is 1 ascendant. Venus is in 2. Venus is in 9.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Venus is in 12.
हो
गया? Clear हो गया?
Clear.
Right. So Saturn we have already discussed. So all the co-rulers of the ascendant are present in houses which strongly signify the death-giving houses. Okay, please.
Okay, sir.
Now let us proceed on to the co-rulers of moon. Mars we have discussed.
Yes, sir.
Venus we have discussed.
Yes, sir.
Mercury we need to discuss. Mars, Venus we have discussed. So Mercury and Moon are two planets which we need to discuss. Take the case of Mercury. Mercury is Venus, Mercury, Saturn. Venus we have already discussed. Mercury is present in 8. Mercury is present in 7. Right?
Yes, sir.
हो गया Mercury का?
Yes, sir.
Mercury through Venus is present in 1, present in 2, it is present in 9, and it is present in 12. Mercury through Venus. And Mercury through Mercury is present in 8. Okay. Mercury is present in 8. Mercury is present in 2.
Yes, sir.
Right. And then you have Saturn, we have already discussed. Saturn is present in a number of death-giving houses.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mercury is okay. And now we are left with Moon only. Moon is Venus, Mercury, Mars. तीनों ही डिस्कस कर लिए हैं हमने.
Yes, sir.
Venus is there in a number of different death-giving houses. Mercury is also there in 8th house, in 2nd house, right? Mars we have already discussed is present in 1 and 8. 1 is here, Mars, and 8th it is positive. सारे co-rulers हो गए?
हाँ, हो गया.
हो गया? कोई डाउट? और मून स्टार कौन था? On the day of death it was Jupiter.
Yes, sir.
Jupiter is Rahu, Venus, Rahu. Rahu is Mars, we have already discussed. Venus we have already discussed. Rahu is Mars, we have already discussed.
Yes,
Okay,
sir. Yes, sir.
हो गया. और उसका सन सब लॉर्ड था Saturn. Saturn is Rahu, Sun, Saturn. All the three we have discussed. All the three we have discussed.
Yes, sir.
Right? Saturn is Rahu, Sun, Saturn. So Rahu is Mars. Mars 1 and 8. Sun is in 2. Saturn we have discussed in a number of different houses. अब यहाँ आ जाओ दशा पीरियड लॉर्ड्स में. वीनस देखो. Venus is Jupiter, Saturn, Venus. We have already discussed. Venus we have already discussed. Take the case of Mercury. Mercury we have already discussed. Take the case of Mars. We have already discussed. Venus we have discussed. And the death of the grandfather happened on, it was 28th of June. 28th of June, 336. 28th of June, 336. Moon. It is moon. Right?
Yes, sir.
So moon we have already discussed.
Yes, sir.
Moon is Venus, Mercury, Mars. Moon is Venus, Mercury, Mars. Venus we know is present in a number of different castes. Mercury is also there in 2 and 8. Mars in 1 and 8. Okay?
Yes, sir.
हो गया सब.
हो गया, sir.
तो progression में we can easily explain that why the event of death and why the event of marriage has happened. अब इसमें देखो कोई भी planet ले लो आप, सारे के सारे planets जो हैं they will be linked to death giving houses, either through मार्काबाद का or through 1 and 8 house. Okay. Sun ले लो, Moon, Jupiter, Rahu. Moon we have discussed. Moon, Jupiter, Rahu. Moon is present in 2. Am I right? Moon is present in 2. Then Moon, I suppose, is present in 12. Marka houses only. Jupiter we have already discussed. Jupiter, if you look, Jupiter is present in 2. Right? Jupiter is present in 2. Jupiter is present in 8. Jupiter is present in 9. Okay, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Rahu is Mars. Mars is present in 1 and 8. All the planets which are co-rulers of Sun, they are also linked to 1, 8 Marka, Varka houses. Right?
Yes, sir.
Any questions, please?
Sir,
हाँ जी बोलिए.
whatever you check
जी.
through only progressive chart. Those results
Yes.
get through only progressive chart. You need not touch natal chart or transit chart.
Natal chart तो we have already discussed. Transit chart we have already discussed.
No. Whatever progressive chart check, that only you have to check only through progressive chart.
Yes.
Whatever results are getting.
Yes.
So we have to take the location where the event took place.
Yes. That is important.
Okay. So
The longitude and latitude, that is important. This longitude and latitude for the event, that is very important. Now, if you take the present case, then I'll let you know. Now, the death of grandfather, it happened on 28th of June 2015, timing 3:36, place Hyderabad, Telangana, India. And the coordinates are given over here. Okay?
Okay, sir.
If you take the case of marriage took place at Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh, and the longitude, latitude are given.
Acha.
Now you take the case of childbirth. Childbirth again happens at Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh, longitude, latitude are given.
okay, sir. But when we make the progression chart, it is showing Guntur only.
It is showing
Guntur.
That is in Guntur, sir.
no, that is the natal chart. Natal chart.
No, that is not.
Birth time,
Can
Guntur.
you open the any what do you call
Look here.
progression chart.
Look here now.
Progression.
Guntur, Andhra Pradesh, India, right? This is the place of birth.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Can
तो
you open
इसीलिए ये
the
appear हो रहा है,
okay,
right?
sir. Can we open the transit chart? I mean, what
Yeah, why not?
progression? Progression.
Let me get Guntur grandfather. Let me.
Death of grandfather. Is it okay now? It is 2015 336.
Can we go to the sir, chart? Yes.
Look here.
So if you see, it is showing Guntur only.
No. ये तो birth chart का detail दिया है ना. This is detail for the birth chart. What you are getting over here is not the place. See, it is given BTR TAPCIL group reference Lakshmi for 28/6/2015 336 Guntur. ये progress chart Guntur का नहीं है.
Okay, sir.
You get my point?
Right.
इसमें ऐसा चेंज नहीं किया हुआ इन्होंने. They have not
अच्छा software problem.
made an हाँ सॉफ्टवेयर में नहीं दिया हुआ.
Okay, understood. No problem.
Right? हाँ. ओके, मैंने तो देखो अगर आपको तो मैंने अभी इसीलिए ये दिखाया कि what I have done is look here. It is Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh, and the longitude, latitude are given.
Okay, understood, sir. Got it.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
So this was about the progression chart and events of marriage and the death of grandfather. Both have been verified through the progression chart, right? Unless and until the progression chart says yes, you cannot say that the time period which you have calculated, the rectified time, that is absolutely right. Okay, now only one event was left, and that was childbirth. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Now the Dasha period lords, the date that was given by the doctor was 4/4/2023. Okay?
Yes, sir.
That was the date given by the doctor. Now the question is whether the delivery of the child will happen on that day, or it shall be a few days earlier, or it can be 5, 7, 8, 10 days later than the time that has been given by the doctor, right? Now if you look at the chart, the Dasha period lords are Sun, Venus, Mars, Rahu. Okay. Now since the date was given as 4/4/2023, I could have substituted the date over 4/4/2023 over here also. Right? Now, the first important point is, for childbirth to happen, what is important, we have discussed earlier also, that we first of all need to focus, the main point of focus is Sukshma and Prana Lord. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
हमने अभी जो लास्ट टाइम डिस्कस किया था, यही डिस्कस किया था कि सूक्ष्म और प्राणा लॉर्ड बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. बाकी कुछ भी देखने की जरूरत नहीं है. नो नीड टू चेक दी दशा, नो नीड टू चेक दी भुक्ति. You can check Antra only if suppose sometimes Antra loss is hardly for 1 day or maybe for 2 days. So then we need to check. Right?
Okay.
Is it okay?
Okay.
Otherwise there is no need to check. Now as the date is 4/4/2024. 4/4/2024. So either moon can be, because Antara, or Mars can be the Antara, and if I put in here, I get Mars as the Antara. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
देखो 4 डेट दे रखी है. From 4/2023, Mars has to be the Antara. Okay.
Yes,
I
sir.
need not talk about Venus, about Sun, about Moon. I directly focus on Mars. Why? Because the date given to me by the doctor is that the delivery of child has to happen on 4/4/2023. Right? So from 1/4/2023 up to 23/4/2023, Mars Antra is there. So I'll just click on Mars. Now the next point is that is it possible to have Mars as Sukshma, or which of these planets would be the Sukshma lords? Okay,
Rahu.
how to check it? How to check it? If you remember, आपने वो मैगजीन भी देखा होगा. You must have gone through the magazine. I have already written over there how to see the Sukshma lord.
Sir, can you explain the antra once more, sir, please?
Okay, Alex. किसी का माइक्रोफोन ऑन है? माइक्रोफोन ऑफ कर दो. बहुत डिस्टर्बेंस आ रही है. Please switch off your microphone. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. अब आप देखो यहां पर this was the point. Doctor has given a date of delivery as 4/4/2023. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The date of delivery given by the doctor is 4th of April 2023. Moon Antra is over on 1st of April 2023.
Okay, sir.
Right. So I will focus from 1st onwards. Right.
Sir, here the event has taken place, so we are focusing like you have explained. Suppose the
Yes.
event is yet to happen.
Now, then we need to start from Sun.
Understood. Got it, sir. Got it.
We need to start from Sun.
Got it, sir.
अब
Got that.
देखो 4 डेट दे रखी है, तो इसका मतलब ये 1 महीना पहले तो हो नहीं सकता,
हो नहीं सकता,
है
बिल्कुल.
ना. या तो 7वें महीने में हो जाएगा, प्री मेच्योर डिलीवरी हो जाएगी,
Yes.
है ना. उसके
समझ
लिए
गया. Got the point.
हाँ, राइट. सो दैट इज व्हाई आई डायरेक्टली फोकस्ड ऑन मार्स अंतरा.
Understood, sir.
I could have looked into Moon Antra also, which starts from 2nd of March and is up to 1st of April.
Correct.
Okay. If you look at Moon Antra is equally good for the
Delivery.
child delivery of the child. But the question is that for the delivery of child, 270 days are required.
Correct. Understood.
है ना. So 270 days, suppose if I start from 2nd of March 2023, means 30 days less. 240 days. तो 240 days में डिलीवरी नहीं होगी.
Yeah, we are premature में मतलब इमेजिन कर रहे हैं. ठीक है सर.
हाँ, अगर ऐसा इमेजिन भी करेंगे, तो अगर ऐसे केसेस में जो केसेस होते भी हैं, तो वो बहुत सीरियस केसेस होते हैं. सर्वाइवल ऑफ चाइल्ड इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट.
Yes.
I don't say they don't survive, but the survival is very difficult. 8th or 9th month में, if any child is delivered, then 90% cases are very fatal.
Yes.
Chances of survival is just 1%.
Understood, sir.
Right. So Mars is the antra. Now the next question is how to select the Sukshma out of these 9 planets we have, which will be starting from Mars onwards up to Moon. Okay. If you remember, in my very first lecture that I discussed with you about the childbirth, what did I point out? How to select the Sukshma and Prana. मैगजीन देखा आपने? मैगजीन किसी ने मैगजीन देखा किसी ने?
देखा.
पढ़ा उसको?
Yes sir. Not be giving any negation.
मैंने अपने लेक्चर में भी बहुत क्लियर किया था आपको, when I discussed the case of childbirth, that for any planet to be a Sukshma, let me first of all come to Mars. Is it possible to have Mars as Sukshma? Now the question is it possible to have Mars as Sukshma? I will say yes. It is possible to have Mars as Sukshma only if Mars through Jupiter and Ketu is giving me the promise of 2, 5, 11. Okay,
Yes, sir.
2, 5, 11.
Yes, sir.
Right? If
Fifth corolla.
yeah, if through Jupiter and Ketu it is giving me 2, 5, 11. अब जुपिटर देखो अगर आप, तो जुपिटर इज सेकंड को रूलर, राइट? हाँ जी,
Yes,
इज
sir.
इट?
फिफ्थ में भी है, फिफ्थ में भी
जुपिटर फिफ्थ में भी है, सेकंड में है, सब लॉर्ड है जुपिटर सेकंड का, और फिफ्थ का जो है वो स्टार लॉर्ड है।
यस सर।
ठीक है। केतु देखो अगर आप, केतु तो केतु 11th का जो है वो 11th में पॉजिटिव है,
रिप्रेजेंट वीनस।
केतु 11th में पॉजिटिव है,
अच्छा
लेकिन
अच्छा, ओके। हाँ
लेकिन केतु को पीएस नहीं है,
हाँ हाँ।
केतु को पीएस नहीं है, 11th के अलावा केतु और कहीं भी प्रेजेंट नहीं है। सो केतु को हम सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे इधर वीनस और मार्स। वीनस देखो अगर आप, तो वीनस 5 में है, 5 में है, 5 का सबलॉर्ड।
Yes, sir.
और मार्स को देखोगे अगर आप, तो मार्स 11th का साइन लॉर्ड।
11th.
ओके,
वीनस भी है।
11th का साइन लॉर्ड, राइट?
Yes.
इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? व्हाट डज इट मीन? कि
Rahu
जुपिटर इज
is
गिविंग मी 2 and 5 and केतु थ्रू मार्स इज गिविंग मी 11.
Yeah.
So I am having 2, 5 and 11,
Correct.
right? If I am having 2, 5 and 11, Mars Sukshma is okay, nothing wrong with it.
Yes.
But Mars is not. But Mars is not acting as a Sukshma. The question is why?
It is the
It
eighth
is in
condition.
fourth. It is in fourth, sir.
फोर्थ का स्टार लॉर्ड है, वीक है, स्ट्रॉन्ग
4
नहीं है।
and 8 also is connected. sir.
8 से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा,
अच्छा.
4, 12 से डिफरेंस होता है। इफ एनी प्लैनेट इज प्रेजेंट इन 4 and 12, इट विल डिले द चाइल्ड बर्थ,
हाँ, correct.
नथिंग एल्स।
4 is the strong.
हाँ,
4 is 4.
4 should not become.
4 नहीं, उससे भी कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा। फोर्थ अलोन विल डू नथिंग।
Correct.
4th and 12th, सी लुक हियर, 4 का मतलब क्या है? निगेशन ऑफ चाइल्ड। चाइल्ड तो ऑलरेडी हो गया ना, कंसीव हो गया, तो डिलीवरी का टाइम है।
Hmm.
No, it is not there in second house, second.
Yes, that is the point. That is the point which I have emphasized in my first class, that for any planet to be a Sukshma Lord, it has to be present as a co-ruler of the second cusp. I think you have forgotten this point.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
आप बुक देखोगे, आपकी जो मैगजीन है, मैगजीन में मैंने बहुत क्लियर दिया है ये पॉइंट। Now this is the trick I told you last time.
Correct.
In my very first lecture, I told you this is very important for delivery of child.
अच्छा, okay.
Sukshma Lord has to be a co-ruler of the second cusp, because for delivery of child, second cusp is very important addition to family.
Yes, sir.
Sir, 2, 5, 11 is not compulsory, no sir?
नहीं, 2, 5, 11 is one part. That is okay. It satisfies the condition. Mars satisfies the condition, but still it is not being taken as the Sukshma Lord because it is not a co-ruler of the second cusp. That is why it is omitted.
Okay.
See, Mars Antara and Mars can act as a Sukshma Lord only if it is present in all the three cusps. So it satisfies the first condition through Jupiter and Ketu. It is giving a promise of 2, 5, 11. Okay? In spite of giving me 2, 5, 11 and satisfying the condition, necessary condition for acting, for repeating itself, it is not being taken as a Sukshma Lord. Why? Because it is not a co-ruler of second cusp.
Okay.
Is it okay? Neither it is a co-ruler of fifth cusp. You get my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
selection of the prana lord, while doing the selection of the prana lord, you
नहीं
the
प्राणा की बात नहीं, प्राणा की
no
बाद
no
में
no
बात
sir,
करेंगे.
sorry Sukshma lord.
सूक्ष्म
So
लॉ.
prime focus on only second cusp. Am I right, sir? Second cusp
Our
and fifth cusp.
second and fifth cusp, second and
Yes, sir.
five,
Okay,
Second and
okay.
second and five,
Yes,
both the
sir.
cusp they are very important.
Yes.
Okay. इसीलिए मून को, मार्स को मैंने छोड़ दिया. Right.
Okay.
Now the next one is Rahu. Rahu is present as a co-ruler of second cusp.
Okay.
Right. Rahu
Yes,
has
sir.
Mars and Mercury. Rahu is Mars and Mercury. Okay. None is present in the fifth cusp. Neither Mars nor Mercury. But Rahu
Yes, sir.
strongly gives me 2. Okay. If I read the promise of Rahu through Mercury and Jupiter, Mercury is in 2, Jupiter is in 2,
Jupiter is in 5 also.
Jupiter in 5,
Mm.
right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. So Rahu can act
Yes.
as the Sukshma Lord.
Okay.
Correct.
Is it okay?
Yes.
Right. So if Rahu is the Sukshma Lord, the next question is, can Rahu be the Prana Lord?
Yes, sir.
No. Why? Look at Mercury. Mercury is present in second cusp. It is not present in 5. It is not present in 11. So it is present only in fifth cusp. Am I right?
Yes.
Jupiter is present in 2 and 5. It is not present in 11. All the 3 cusps are not there. For Rahu to repeat, Rahu should be present in all the 3 cusps, 2, 5 and 11. देखो मैं फिर बताता हूँ आपको, फिर समझाता हूँ. I know you are in a confusion.
Sir, when you are taking a Sukshma, you take on Jupiter.
मैं am repeating it. Give me 2 minutes. You will understand this point. देखो मार्स को मैंने रिपीट करना था. मार्स एज अंतरा, मार्स एज सूक्ष्म. तो जब रेपिटिशन होगा तो तीनों कस्प चाहिए. ओके.
Yes.
मार्स अंतरा, राहु सूक्ष्म. अब यहां रेपिटिशन नहीं चाहिए. प्राइमरी कस्प ऑफ एडिशन टू फैमिली चाहिए. दैट इज 2. हो गया.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
इसके बाद जुपिटर भी दे रहा 2. ओके.
Yes, sir.
इसके बाद मून दे रहा 2. ओके.
Yes, sir.
राहु जुपिटर मून 3 बन सकते हैं सूक्ष्म. सैटर्न, मरकरी, केतु, वीनस, सन नहीं बनेंगे. समझ आई बात?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
क्लियर हो गया. अब मैंने राहु सूक्ष्म ले लिया. अब राहु सूक्ष्म, राहु प्राणा के लिए क्या कंडीशन है? राहु प्राणा शुड गिव मी ए प्रॉमिस ऑफ ऑल दी 3 cusp. But here I am getting a promise of how many cusp? 2 and 5 only. No 11 is there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
इसीलिए राहु को प्राणा नहीं लेंगे. नेक्स्ट कौन सा है? जुपिटर. रीड द स्क्रिप्ट ऑफ जुपिटर. जुपिटर इज मून. Moon is giving me 2. Am I right?
Okay.
Moon is giving me 2. Okay. And then Ketu. Ketu is Venus and Mars. Venus in 5,
Yes, sir.
Mars in 11.
Yes, sir.
Is it okay? 2, 5 and 11 are there. See,
Yes.
Jupiter through Moon is giving 2. Right?
Yes, sir.
Then Jupiter through Ketu Ketu is not in 2. Ketu is not in 5. Ketu is not in 11. Ketu is Venus.
Venus and Mars.
Venus is 5. Venus is 11. 2, 5, 11 हो गए.
हाँ सर.
Moon 2, Venus 5, Venus 11. 2, 5,
Yes.
11 हो गए.
Yes sir. Yes sir.
Jupiter is giving me all three cusps, 2, 5, and 11. So it can be a prana lord.
Yes
In
sir.
addition, sir, in addition to this, fifth cusp co-ruler, he has become a fifth cusp.
हाँ, वो भी okay है. वो भी okay है. Because Jupiter, if you look here, it is in 2. Jupiter is in 5 also.
फिफ्थ कस्प co-ruler बन गया.
लेकिन जुपिटर को PS नहीं है, इसीलिए मेरा फोकस जो है वो मून केतु पे है.
ऑफकोर्स फिफ्थ कस्प co-ruler बन गया ना.
हाँ, नहीं, वो तो 2 का भी को-रूलर है, वो तो है. प्राणा लॉर्ड जो है, प्राणा लॉर्ड शुड बी लिंक टू ऑल दी 3 कस्प, प्राइमरी हाउस एज वेल एज सपोर्टिंग कस्प. सो जुपिटर इटसेल्फ इज 2 and 5.
यस यस.
लेकिन PS ना होने की वजह से हमने इसको ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं दिया.
अच्छा.
राइट. हमने ये देखा कि जुपिटर का प्रॉमिस मून मरकरी से, मून केतु से मिल रहा कि नहीं मिल रहा. मून 2 में है, केतु वीनस है, वीनस 5 and 11 है, मिल गया, ओके हो गया.
यस सर.
And the other point which is important is that since Jupiter is a co-ruler of 2nd and 5th cusp, therefore it is a very strong prana. ओके. अब इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि जो चाइल्ड का बर्थ है दैट विल हैपन ऑन 3rd of April 2023 आफ्टर 10 o'clock, बिफोर 8 o'clock in the evening. ओके. कोई डाउट? कोई डाउट है? किसी को कोई क्वेश्चन पूछना है? Now let us discuss the transit chart. Transit on 3/3. I'm sorry. It is 3/4.
3/4/2010.
Yeah. 3/4/2023, and the timing was 10:02. Okay. So this is the transit chart that we get in the morning, and here now my prime focus has to be on the planets in the transit of moon and ascendant. That is the only point. That is the only, main focus has to be only on these points. Okay. अब इसको कंफर्म करने के लिए should I proceed ahead?
Yes sir.
Point number 1. 5th cusp का सब लॉर्ड कौन सा है नेटल चार्ट में? Here it is. Saturn.
Yes sir.
ओके. Saturn है. तो Saturn है, तो Saturn को Venus के साथ डायरेक्ट या इनडायरेक्ट लिंकेज बनाना चाहिए. राइट? अब Saturn का Venus के साथ और Venus का Saturn के साथ कोई लिंक नहीं है. ओके. कोई लिंक नहीं है ना?
हाँ सर.
लेकिन there is nothing to worry, because if you look at this chart, Rahu has PS and it is posted in 5th cusp. इसका मतलब 5th का वर्चुअल सब लॉर्ड राहु है.
वीनस.
नहीं, ये देखो ना, सब लॉर्ड सैटर्न है, वर्चुअल सब लॉर्ड राहु है, राहु मार्स मरकरी है. इसका मतलब 5th कस्प में सैटर्न, राहु, मार्स और मरकरी इनमें से किसी का भी रिलेशन वीनस से बन जाएगा तो इट इज ओके। समझे बात?
ओके
Yes, sir.
वीनस के स्टार से रिलेशन होना चाहिए मून के स्टार से। सैटर्न का, तो सैटर्न का रिलेशन तो नहीं है नेटल में। अब राहु का रिलेशन देखो, तो राहु का रिलेशन भी जो है नहीं है, राइट? नाउ इफ यू लुक एट मून एंड मरकरी, आई एम सॉरी, मार्स एंड मरकरी, तो मार्स में देखो केतु इज वीनस, रिलेशन है। मरकरी में देखो केतु इज वीनस, रिलेशन है। वीनस में देखो मार्स से रिलेशन है, मरकरी से रिलेशन है। हो गया रिलेशन। ये एसेंशियल कंडीशन है ना।
Sir, how do you getting Mars and Mercury? Sir,
देखो,
how do you
हाँ जी,
getting
हाँ,
Mars and Mercury?
फिफ्थ कस्प में कौन सा प्रेजेंट है प्लेनेट?
Saturn.
सैटर्न
Venus, Saturn, Jupiter.
नहीं, राहु है।
हाँ sir. Venus, Jupiter, Venus.
राहु 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 पॉजिटेड इन फिफ्थ भावा।
अच्छा बाबा चौथ अच्छा
राहु फिफ्थ का सब लॉर्ड कौन है? सैटर्न।
Saturn.
वर्चुअल सब लॉर्ड कौन है? राहु है। इसका मतलब फिफ्थ का सब लॉर्ड राहु है। राहु भी है, सैटर्न भी है, और राहु को पीएस है, और राहु मार्स मरकरी है, तो यहाँ राहु की जगह मार्स भी है और मरकरी भी है।
अच्छा by the virtual sub we are taking the
हाँ,
Rahu why Rahu Mars and Mercury.
बिकॉज राहु एस पीएस।
Okay sir.
ओके, नाउ इज इट क्लियर?
हाँ सर।
ठीक होगी ये बात। और यहाँ देखो, अगर आप तो देखो, मरकरी इज इन केतु, केतु स्टार, केतु इज वीनस। मार्स इज इन केतु सब, केतु इज वीनस। वीनस इज इन मार्स स्टार, इट इज मरकरी सब। लिंक हो गया, स्ट्रॉन्ग लिंक हो गया। तो जो एसेंशियल कंडीशन है दैट द मून स्टार ऑन द डे ऑफ ट्रांजिट, ये चेंज नहीं होगा शाम तक। इट शुड बी लिंक टू द फिफ्थ सब लॉर्ड। दिस कंडीशन इज ओके। एनी डाउट? हाँ जी, कोई डाउट है? किसी को कोई डाउट?
Yes sir.
ये किसी का माइक्रोफोन ऑन है, प्लीज स्विच ऑफ योर माइक्रोफोन। प्लीज स्विच ऑफ योर माइक्रोफोन। भाई, किसी का माइक्रोफोन ऑन है, इसको स्विच ऑफ कर दो। थैंक यू। अब देखो आप, अब यहां पे अवर फोकस इज ऑन मून, transit of moon, and the position of ascendant. These are the only 2 points which we need to focus. Okay? अब मून के ट्रांजिट की बात करें तो ट्रांजिट ऑफ मून इन वीनस इज नॉट ओके। वीनस स्टार इज ओके, बट वीनस सब इज नॉट ओके। डू यू नो व्हाई? ट्रांजिट ऑफ moon in Venus sub is not okay. Why? Because Venus is sub-sublord of fourth cusp, and Venus is sign lord of 12th cusp. So it is linked to 4 and 12. हाँ जी, ठीक है।
Yes sir.
अब 4 and 12 से लिंक है, तो ये बात मैं आपसे पहले भी कई बार डिस्कस कर चुका हूं कि सब-लॉर्ड शुड नॉट in any way be linked to the negative cusp, neither the sublord nor the sub-sublord. So I cannot keep Venus as the sublord of moon. Okay. So then what I need to do? If I cannot do it, I need to change it. And if I want to change it, let me say I progress it by 10 minutes each. Should I proceed? ये बात समझ आ गई?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
देखो वीनस को स्टार लॉर्ड रख सकते हैं क्योंकि स्टार लॉर्ड पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव दोनों ही कस्प देगा. इट विल नॉट मेक एनी डिफरेंस एट ऑल. लेकिन सबलॉर्ड को जो है नेगेटिव कस्प के साथ रिलेशन नहीं होना चाहिए. और वीनस स्ट्रांगली फोर्थ का सब सबलॉर्ड है. इफ यू लुक हियर,
Okay,
सब
sir.
सबलॉर्ड ऑफ फोर्थ कस्प. Then it is sub-sublord of 10th cusp.
So
10th
it will not, sir.
10th
It will not give childbirth, sir.
नहीं, ये नहीं देगा. इस पीरियड में चाइल्ड पैदा नहीं होगा. Not possible to get a child
Warlord
because it will delay.
sublord and sub-sublord should not be giving any negation.
Yes, correct. They should not be linked to 4 and 12. If
Yes.
they are linked to 4 and 12, then childbirth will be delayed. It will not happen till that planet is there. Here simply delay can happen, nothing else. Okay?
This rule is considerable only at the time of the seeing the transit chart.
जी, correct.
Yes, sir.
हो गया. Okay. So I need to
Okay.
change Venus. I advance the transit by 10 minutes each. I'll keep on doing it till Venus changes.
Yes, sir. Change it.
हाँ, yes.
Sun के. No.
हाँ, अभी कर रहा हूँ मैं. अभी एग्जैक्ट टाइम चेंज करेंगे ना. 10 मिनट था ना, 1 मिनट लिया.
Yes, sir.
अब 1 मिनट भी ज्यादा है. So I will change it by 10 seconds. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I will change it by 1 second each. Okay. So at 11:46:03, I'm getting sun. It means the childbirth cannot happen before this time period. Now, the next point is sun okay? Is sun okay? Is the transit of moon and sun okay? Sun is a significator of 2, 5 and 11. But if you look at sun is present in the sub-sub of Mars. Is it okay? Sun is present in the sub-sub of Mars. देखो, sun is present in Venus.
Sukma Lord, sir.
राहु सब ये bunching होगी ना. राहु सब and then Mars.
Then Mars system.
राहु itself is Mars.
Yes, sir.
है ना? So it is Mars. If you look at Mars is present in 4. Am I right? And Mars is 12th SSL.
Yes, sir.
4 and 12.
This is not suitable.
Now, is sun okay as sub-sublord and sublord? Answer is no.
No, sir.
No. So I will again advance it by 10 minutes each. Now I get moon. 10 minutes. Okay. So what is the time? 13 hours, 5 minutes, 4 seconds. Childbirth cannot happen before this time. Right? Is it okay? Hanji, is it okay? Any doubt? Now, is moon okay here? Moon sublord and moon sub-sublord. Is it okay? It is okay. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, we will focus here on Sun sub-sublord. Sun sub-sublord is Saturn. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Saturn, if you look here, it is in Mars sub-sub.
Yes, sir.
Mars is giving me 4 and 12.
4 and 12. Yes, sir.
4 and 12. Now, is
Very
it
good.
possible to have a child if Saturn is the sub-sublord?
No.
No. We will again change this time. Sub-sublord में I think this will
Not,
not change. This will not change. It will take a longer period of time because Sun का sub-sublord will take around how much time period it is? This is 13 days and this is almost 1381. Oh, it will take a long period of time.
yes, sir.
It will not change. So we cannot do anything to this sub-sublord.
Because of the Saturn.
We cannot do anything to this sub-sublord. Okay, I'll have to change it back. Moon tha na? Yeah, this was the point. This was the point, if I'm not wrong. Here we started with, right? This
Yes, sir.
sub-sublord will take more than an hour to change. Maybe it's more than that. Sun in a particular star remains for 13 days. And in a particular sub, 13 by 9, more than 1.5 day. And then here it will take a number of hours. So this is not possible. It will not change. Now moon is okay here. So moon, if you look at moon, moon is fine. Because moon is in Ketu star, it is in moon sub and Rahu sub. All the three are very strong, giving me 2, 5 and 11. So it is okay. This is okay. Now we need to focus here on the ascendant sub-sublord. Now ascendant sub-sublord is moon here, and moon should have a relationship with Venus. Ascendant sub-sublord should be related to the moon star. So moon in relation to Venus. Moon is related to Venus. This is okay. This is okay. Now the next point. Up to this point it is okay. Now if you remember, we have discussed that the fifth cusp co-rulers will be Venus, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, Rahu, Mars and Mercury. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
हमने पहले भी डिस्कस किया है कि जो
Sir,
वीनस
sir.
के
Okay, sir.
ओके ना
Okay, sir. Okay.
okay, now look here. What is the prime focus? Our prime focus has to be on Saturn. That is one. Fifth cusp sub-sublord Saturn is one, Rahu is the other, Mars is the third one, and Mercury is the fourth one. They all very, very strong. So it is Mars, Mercury, Rahu, and Saturn. So the ascendant co-rulers should be Mars, Mercury, Saturn, and Rahu. Now here we have Saturn and Mercury. No Rahu is there. No Mars is there. The fifth cusp co-ruler, either it has to be Venus, it is not there, or it has to be Jupiter, it is not there, or it has to be Saturn, Saturn is there, Rahu is not there, then Rahu is Mars and Mercury. So Mars is not there, Mercury is there, only two planets are there. Thereby we need to adjust the ascendant co-rulers in a manner that at least we are getting here Saturn, Rahu, Mars, Mercury, or Venus and Jupiter. Right?
Yes, sir.
Moon is also possible. Why Moon is possible? Because if you look at Moon, Ketu is Venus, and Venus is the sublord of fifth cusp, and Moon is present in Venus star. Thereby Moon and Sun are also important. Okay, Moon and Sun. If you remember, the other day also I had discussed the same point, that if you look at these co-rulers, then planets which are present in the star of these co-rulers or in the sub of these co-rulers can also be present as the ascendant co-rulers of the child. So the ascendant co-rulers of the child, I have only two, Saturn and Mercury, and then Moon is there, right? But I need to have, my first priority here, preference here is to Saturn, second to Rahu, then to Mars, Mercury, and finally Venus. Jupiter I can omit. So I adjust the ascendant sub-sublord. I keep on changing it by 1 minute each. Now I get Mars here, Mars here. So it is Saturn, Mars, Mercury, and Moon. They are okay. They are okay. But Mars should have a relationship. Mars I cannot take as sub-sublord of the ascendant. I've already discussed this point. Mars cannot be taken as sub-sublord of the ascendant because Mars is strongly linked to 4 and 12. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
4 and 12. So Mars को हम omit करेंगे. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? सैटर्न लेंगे, राहु लेंगे, मरकरी ले सकते हैं और वीनस ले सकते हैं. पहली प्रायोरिटी ये है. अगर नहीं कोई पॉसिबल होगा तो जुपिटर होगा, वो नहीं होगा तो सन और मून ले सकते हैं. दैट इज अनदर. ओके, सो मार्स कैन नॉट बी टेकन. आई विल हैव टू चेंज मार्स. आई चेंज राहु इज ओके. राहु इज ओके नाउ. So it is 13, 17, 4. That is the time period I have got. Now, when I make the adjustment over here, what I get over here in Moon, sub-sublord?
Again Mars, sir.
Mars. Is it possible to have Mars here?
No, sir.
No, I have to change it. Now I get Rahu over here. Is it possible to have Rahu?
Yes, sir.
No.
Why, sir?
राहु देखो आप अगर मार्स के सब में है.
Wow.
राहु इन मार्स सब.
Yes, sir.
इसको भी शिफ्ट करेंगे.
कहा सर राहु सब
ये देखो
Not
राहु को सब
मरकुरी ना सर.
क्या कर रहे हो? राहु इज इन मार्स सब
natal chart में.
नेटल चार्ट में.
Wait. अच्छा अच्छा. Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay,
Right, sir. Right.
I'll have to change it further. Jupiter. Is it possible to have Jupiter?
Yes, sir. Jupiter is possible, sir.
Jupiter is okay.
Sir,
Okay.
moon. Location.
It is Sun, Venus, Moon, and Jupiter all are okay. All are okay, right?
There,
Yes,
but
sir.
in another.
Look at the time here. Childbirth cannot happen till 1344. Yani 1 o'clock, 1:44. It is not possible before this time. Now the next part is fixing here. The
Sun.
ascendant sub-lord should be linked to the moon star.
Yes, sir.
Ascendant sub-lord is Ketu here.
Yes, sir. It is
Ketu. Right? Now, Sun as sub-lord. Is it possible to have Sun as sub-lord? Answer is no. Why? Because Sun here is in
Mars.
natal Mars sub. Am I
Yes.
right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
अब मार्स सब में नहीं है तो यहाँ पे सन को चेंज करना पड़ेगा. ओके, बहुत फास्ट चेंज हो गया ये. Sun to moon, right? Sun to moon is there, and then moon is in Rahu. Okay, moon is in Rahu. Moon we have as Rashi Lord also. We'll have to change moon also, because either we will have Venus over here, or we will have a planet that is not giving me 4 and 12, right? So I'll have to change it further. Moon to Rahu. Rahu is not possible.
Mars, Mercury, Rahu, Venus.
Rahu is not possible. I change it by
It's possible, sir.
20 seconds. Jupiter.
Yes, sir.
Jupiter, if I look at Jupiter, so Jupiter through Ketu. Jupiter is in Ketu.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Ketu is Venus. And Venus is 4 and 12. So even Jupiter is not okay here.
Through Mars also not okay, sir.
Jupiter is not okay here. So I will change it to Saturn. Now what about Saturn? Saturn is not okay because Saturn is in Mars sub. Saturn is in Mars sub.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Therefore, I'll have to change this also.
So everywhere is a sub.
Now this is okay.
Sir.
हाँ
Sir.
जी.
Sir, Rahu is in Mars subsub, Saturn is in Mars subsub.
हाँ, बहुत सारे planets हैं तो वो हो ही नहीं सकते. It is not possible to have those planets. That is why I am not having those planets.
Yes, sir. First we'll select the planet, sir.
हाँ. Now it is Moon, Saturn, Rahu, and Mercury. Okay. And if you look here, it is Sun, Venus, Moon, and Jupiter. Sun, Venus, Moon, and Jupiter. Sun is okay. Venus is okay. What about Moon? Moon I'll have to check. Moon is in Ketu, Rahu. It is in Rahu sub. Okay. Nothing wrong with it. Then if I look at Jupiter, Jupiter is in Ketu sub. Jupiter I cannot have over here because Jupiter is in Ketu sub. Yeah, here it is. Right? So
Yes,
I'll
sir.
have to change. I'll have to change Jupiter also.
Mercury.
Oh yeah, I have to keep Mercury over here also. Saturn,
Saturn. Sir.
not okay.
Next Mercury.
Next to Mercury.
This is
Mercury,
okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
Mercury कहाँ?
Yes, sir.
Exact timing. I'm trying to fix it to the exact time. This is okay.
Sir.
It is 221.50. 221.50. So it is Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mercury. This is okay here. A Venus here, sublot. I cannot have Venus as the sublot. ये चेंज करना पड़ेगा. और Venus here is okay, Sun is okay, Moon is okay, Mercury is okay. Right? Mercury here is okay. Mercury is linked to Venus. That is okay. So here the planets for ascendant co-rulers, they are, it is Saturn, Rahu, Mercury, Venus. Venus is there, Mercury is there, Moon is there. Okay, Moon, Mercury, Venus is there, and then again Mercury. 2 times I am getting Mercury. This is okay now.
Sir, Venus is the subplanet of the fourth cusp.
Huh?
Venus is the subplanet of the fourth cusp.
4th and 12th में है ना सब लॉर्ड.
हाँ सर, वो रिमूव करना है ना सर.
1st and 4th में है. नहीं, but Venus is one of the co-rulers ना. So we can possibly fix Venus as the co-ruler. So it has to be Saturn. It has to be up to 221.50 is okay, right? तो चाइल्ड बर्थ कब हुआ था इसका? लक्ष्मी जी है.
231 sir.
चाइल्ड बर्थ हुआ था
231.
231.
Another 10 minutes we have to increase it.
It is 231. Here we have 221. 221. 14. Now Sun is okay, Venus is okay, Moon is okay, Mercury is okay. Nothing wrong here. And then Moon is okay, Mercury is okay, Moon is okay. Moon
Venus is
and
not.
Venus is okay. Venus and
Venus-
Venus is okay.
Sir, Venus is showing the fourth cusp. The fourth, sir.
Now Venus is not possible. Yes, very true. Venus is present in 4 and 12. So Venus cannot be present here.
हाँ सर, Venus रिमूव करना है.
हाँ, Venus नहीं होगा यहाँ पे.
Sir, straight away.
राहु भी नहीं होगा. सैटर्न भी नहीं होगा. सैटर्न के बाद मरकरी आना चाहिए.
Mercury.
Sir, straight away you take out 2031 minutes, sir.
नहीं, सिस्टमेटिकली चलते हैं ना. सो दिस इज ओके. सिस्टमेटिकली चलते हैं, देखें कहाँ पे पहुंचेंगे. Yeah, this is okay. This point 224.20. Mars we cannot have here as sublord. We cannot have Mars as sublord here. because Mars is there linked to Mars is linked to 4 and 12, right? So we
Yes,
have
sir.
to
Yes, sir.
change it. We have to change it.
Mars, next.
Rahu.
Rahu not Rahu also not suitable.
No, Rahu as sublord is okay, na? Rahu as sublord is okay.
Yes, sir.
Rahu as sublord
Again,
will
Mars.
do. Rahu as sublord is not okay. See, look
Okay,
here.
yes, sir.
If you remember, मैंने आपको earlier also I said that Rashi Lord is just like Dasha Lord. Star Lord is involvement. Positive and negative cusp both can be possible, right?
Sir, Rahu is in the sub of Mars, है ना?
हाँ, बट राहु सब नहीं रख सकते ना, तो यहाँ चेंज करना पड़ेगा.
नहीं सर, in natal chart Rahu is in sub of Mars, sir. Natal.
Just a moment. Now this is the time period.
So Rahu also.
Saturn. This is okay. 14, 29, 50. Right? ये कौन सी स्क्रीन खुल गई? Some other screen has opened?
Yes, sir.
What is some other screen? Now this is okay. Now, this is okay. This is okay now. Rahu sublord चेंज नहीं होगा. सबलॉर्ड चेंज करने के लिए असेंडेंट का ज्यादा टाइम चाहिए. ये चेंज नहीं होगा सर.
Jupiter came, sir. Sir.
हाँ, अभी कर रहे हैं. राहु चेंज नहीं होगा.
$31 के राहु रहेगा सर.
राहु रहेगा.
हाँ यार, राहु रहेगा सर.
दिस वाज द टाइम. बैकवर्ड. Yes.
सर सीधा टाइम लगाने से कैलकुलेशन
नहीं, ये टाइमिंग्स हैं 14, 29, 50.
उसमें सीधा टाइम एग्जैक्ट टाइम लगाना से.
एग्जैक्ट टाइम क्या है लक्ष्मी जी? 14, 31. No, it is 14, 29, 50 एग्जैक्ट टाइम.
सर 31 बना दीजिए.
ఓకే సార్.
మామ चाहिए కాదు, అక్కడ తప్పుండొచ్చు కదా వాళ్ళు.
नहीं, 14, 29, 50 is the time of birth, exact time of birth.
Yes sir, maybe
a few seconds there is.
No sir, ये सबलॉर्ड राहु सर. सबलॉर्ड इज राहु ना सर.
हाँ, राहु चेंज नहीं होगा ना. क्यों चेंज
सबलॉर्ड we can't change.
Look here, why we are not doing it?
It takes some time now.
नहीं. It is why we are not changing it, because Rahu is positive in 5th cusp. and being present in the fifth cusp, the ascendant co-rulers of the child have to be which co-rulers? They have to be Venus. See, what are the important co-rulers? The one which is a sublord, the second which is sub-sublord, the third which is virtual sub-sublord, right? And this virtual sub-sublord is represented by two planets, Mars and Mercury. Mars is linked to 4 and 12. So this is not okay. Mercury is fine. So what we can have as the ascendant co-rulers of the child, one is Mercury, second is Rahu. Okay, one is Mercury, second is Rahu, third is Saturn, and the fourth is Venus. Venus is again linked to 4 and 12. So we can omit. Okay, now what we are getting here? We are
Rahu
getting
and
Mercury, Rahu, and Mercury. Right? This
That is
Mercury I can change. This Mercury I can further change to Ketu. But Ketu is in Mars star. No, this is okay. This is okay. No need to change it. This star lord will not change. Why Moon has appeared as the Rashi lord? Because Ketu is Venus, and Venus is one of the co-rulers of the fifth cusp, and Moon is present in the star of Venus. That is why Moon can also be present as the Rashi lord or maybe star lord. Is it okay? So this is the exact time of birth of the child, that is 14/29/50.
okay. Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
राइट राइट। किसी ने कोई क्वेश्चन पूछना है तो पूछो। ये पार्ट थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट होता है, दिस पार्ट इज स्लाइटली डिफिकल्ट
Yes, sir.
बिकॉज
बहुत है।
हाँ, दिस पार्ट इज डिफिकल्ट, यू नो, दिस पार्ट इज स्लाइटली डिफिकल्ट। हियर इट इज ओके, मून ट्रांजिट, फिक्सिंग हियर इज स्लाइटली डिफरेंट।
Yes, sir.
चाइल्ड बर्थ के कोरूलर्स को ही देखो, नहीं तो अदरवाइज राहु को अगर नॉर्मली हम देखते मून के ट्रांजिट में तो राहु को हम रिजेक्ट कर देते, because Rahu is in Mars star, Mars sub, and Mars is 4 and 12. So we would have rejected had it been here over here in Moon. Ascendant में हम neglect नहीं कर रहे इसको, क्योंकि ascendant के co-rulers transit में कोई participate नहीं करते। मूर्ति जी
सर,
आपको याद हो हमने ये बात डिस्कस की थी कि जो ascendant के co-rulers हैं, they do not participate in transit. Ascendant co-rulers arise out of how Sun and Moon interplay. मूर्ति जी याद है आपको, हमने ये पॉइंट डिस्कस किया था। उस समय चाइल्ड बर्थ में सन आया था यहाँ पे। सन जो था वो किसी का भी कोरूलर नहीं था, नीदर 2 नॉर 5 नॉर 11, बट इट वाज ए कोरूलर ऑफ फिफ्थ कस्प, because one of the planets of the fifth cusp was present, present as a star in sun. That is why sun appeared over here. मैगजीन में ये पॉइंट दिया हुआ है मैंने, I have given this point over there. See, look here. We are taking Rahu here because these planets, they do not play any major role in the transit. You know, Rahu Sukshma Lord hai. Okay, so they do not play any major role in the transit. Simply we see that which one is slightly stronger, that's all.
मगर रूल ट्रांसिट में देखना ना,
क्या मूर्ति जी?
ट्रांसिट में आना था।
हाँ जी हाँ जी हाँ जी।
One more thing, sir. Have you checked 1/5
हाँ जी हाँ जी हाँ जी, वो हमने पहले लेक्चर में डिस्कस कर लिया था।
नहीं, ये इसमें
भी कर लो आप, हो जाएगा, क्लियर हो जाएगा, पास हो जाएगा, 1/7/10 भी हो जाएगा। 1710 क्लियर हो जाएगा सर, वो भी
Yes.
रूल है, वो भी रूल है, ये सब क्लियर हो जाएंगे।
Hmm.
1 में तो ऑलरेडी है ना ये,
Yeah.
1 में तो ऑलरेडी है ये,
हाँ,
है ना। 7 और 10 ही देखना बाकी है।
7 में भी है,
7 में भी है और 10 में भी है,
है विनस
10 में भी है,
yes, yes.
सब मिल जाएंगे सर। 1710 रूल पास हो जाएगा,
हाँ,
क्लियर हो जाएगा।
ओके सर।
ये पार्ट थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट है।
Yes sir, this is
हाँ,
chart it is very क्या बोलते हैं ये, it is a unique.
यस यस
हाँ,
यस
no similarities are there.
यस यस, वेरी ट्रू। सो इसको फिक्स करना बहुत मुश्किल आती है।
इधर बहुत डिफिकल्ट है साहब।
हाँ, इसको मुश्किल आती है।
ये चार्ट में असेंडेंट बिठाना बहुत मुश्किल है।
इसी में असेंडेंट का प्रॉब्लम है।
नहीं, ये बहुत प्रॉब्लम है।
यही प्रॉब्लम है, सिर्फ इसी को बिठाना प्रॉब्लम है। बाकी तो सब ओके है, मून का ट्रांजिट ओके है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। यहाँ दिक्कत आती है, यहाँ पे असेंडेंट को रूलर्स। हाँ, ascendant co-rulers. Now, if you just look at the co-rulers, Saturn, it is nowhere here, right?
Yes, sir.
Rahu is there.
Yes.
Rahu is here.
Yes, sir.
Saturn नहीं तो भी Saturn is in the star of moon. Moon has become the sign lord of ascendant.
Sign lord of ascendant.
So it is okay.
It is okay. Nothing wrong. वैसे भी देखो अगर आप, तो जो वीनस है, मून इज प्रेजेंट इन द स्टार ऑफ वीनस।
केतु।
हाँ, केतु इज वीनस।
Ketu represents Venus and Mars.
Yes, Venus is there. So moon is present. Sun भी आ जाता तो भी ओके था यहाँ पे। Sun and Venus both are linked to Sun and Moon both are linked to Venus. So either of these could have been okay over here. Now what is important? The point that I was telling is that we have to primarily focus over here. Fifth cusp, sublord and sub-sublord. And virtual sub-sublord. And the representative planets of virtual sub-sublord. 4 co-ruler है ना हमारे पास, तो 4 तो यहीं से पूरे हो जाएंगे। Either it can be Saturn or it can be Rahu or it can be Mars or it can be Mercury. Mars पॉसिबल नहीं है, 412 से लिंक है तो वीक है। मरकरी ओके है, राहु ओके है। Moon by virtue of Venus, because Moon is in the star of Venus, so Moon is there. Moon is in the star of Saturn, Moon is there. Okay. Any question please? किसी को कुछ पूछना हो तो पूछो।
No, sir.
Sure. Is it clear?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay.
तो एग्जैक्ट टाइम इसका लक्ष्मी जी डिफरेंट है।
हाँ सर,
थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस है।
लिटिल बिट।
हाँ, लिटिल बिट डिफरेंस। वो तो डॉक्टर में इतनी डिले हो जाता है।
No, sir. There is possibility.
हाँ, possibility is there, sir.
Yes.
Because it is only a few seconds.
Yes. Few seconds difference is there.
Their watches may not coincide.
Maybe that's the reason.
Possibility is there.
हाँ जी, definitely sir.
Today we have got very nice lesson, sir. Very nice.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Right, sir. Thank you very much. Good night, sir. Good night. So